Talk, sing, read, write, play. Talk, sing, read, write, play. Talk, sing, read, write, play. Grow a reader every day.
Welcome to Family Stories and Science here at the Wilsonville Public Library. My name is Brad.
And my name is Joe.
I'm Debra.
And we've got Sam in the back as well, who's going to be joining us with some science in a little bit. So we'll get started as we do with our welcome song. Grab my guitar. You guys, we can all wave together, okay? Are you ready? Can you get your wavers going? Here we go. Wave, 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 waving happily. But we'll stop waving while we count to 3.
My friend, since I'm in a pirate kind of mood, we're going to count to 3 by flapping our wings like a pirate's parrot. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Very good. All right. Can you clap your hands with us? Here we go. Clap, 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 clapping even more. But we'll stop clapping while we count to 4.
All right, this time we're going to say what pirates say. What do pirates say?
Arr!
Not 4 times saying R. Here we go. R.
All right, if you can, you stand up on your feet with us. We're going to do some stomping really quick. So stomp on the floor. Ready?
Jumping.
Stomp, 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 stomping really quick. But we'll stop stomping while we count to 6.
All right, so this time we're going to count to 6 by doing a little bit of a pirate jig. So everybody stand up like you are, and we're going to tap our heel, one heel, right heel that way, and tap our other heel that way. Okay, so we're going to go back and forth counting 6. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, good pirates.
That's a lot of fun. All right, while we're up on our feet, let's do some jumping up and down because jumping's pretty great. Here we go. Jump, 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 jumping is so great. But we'll stop jumping while we count to 8.
Okay, stay standing up, and we're going to add a little bit more to that pirate jig. We're going to raise one knee up and the other knee up, and we're going to alternate it, and you can even pat your knee each time. Here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, great job.
So you have a whole pirate jig for us. I can't wait to see all the parts put together. Okay. But for now, get your hands together and make a book, and we will get ready to do our story. Here we go. Read, 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 reading once again, and we'll be ready once we count to 10.
Here we go, my friends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great job. Very nice. Well, Brad's going to get ready for our next story. And before he does, I just wanted to mention that summer reading program is still going on. So if you haven't signed up, please sign up soon. You can do it either online, or we can send you a paper summer reading program log. And the library is open now Tuesday through Saturday, so you can come in and pick up any requested materials that you have. So come see us, say hi, we'd love to see you. So Brad is, he's got that pirate look. Are you guys ready for a pirate story?
Okay. All right, I am going to need all of your help for this story, okay? This is called The Little Red Pirate. Now, I'm going to have a parrot and we'll have a first mate, and you guys will all be the pirate crew. Okay? So most of the time, when I ask you if you will help me, what I need you to do and to say is, take your hands and go, not I. Can you try that with me?
Okay.
Okay? And if you can unmute for just that, you can. But if you can't do that, just with your hands so that we know what you're saying with us. Ready? Not I. 1, 2, 3. Not I. Oh, that's a very good crew. Let's try it all together one more time. Ready?
Not I.
Very good. Okay. So let me begin the story. It goes like this. Once upon a time, the little red pirate decided that it was time to go and find our treasure. Oh, in order to do that, we're going to have to do some sailing, so we've got to get our ship moving. Well, we're going to have to lift the anchor. Now, the anchor's very heavy, very heavy. It holds the whole boat in place. So the little red pirate went to Polly and said, "Hey, Polly, would you help me to lift the anchor?" But Polly said,
Not I.
oh. So the little red pirate went to the first mate and said, "First mate, would you help me to lift the anchor?" But the first mate said,
Not I.
Not I.
So the little red pirate went to his whole crew and said, "Will any of you help me to lift the anchor?" But the whole crew, this is your part, ready? The whole crew said,
Not
I.
oh my goodness, I definitely heard that. So the little red pirate did it all by himself. He grabbed the huge, heavy chain, and lifted until the anchor was up. Now, in order to catch the wind, we're going to have to lift the sails. So there's a lot of ropes that have to be pulled. Oh, the little red pirate wanted some help, so he went to Polly and said, "Polly, will you help me to lift the sails?" But Polly said,
Not I.
Not I.
So the little red pirate went to his first mate and said, "First mate, would you help me to lift the sails?" But the first mate said,
Not
Not I.
So
I.
the pirate went to his crew and he said, "Crew, will any of you help me to lift the sails?" Here we go. But they all said,
Not
I.
So the little red pirate had to do it all himself. So he went and he grabbed the main lines and he pulled and pulled and pulled to get the sails up in here and the front, all of the sails up. Oh, whew. Oh goodness, okay. Whew. All right. Now we've got the sails up. It's time to steer the ship, but it's going to be a long trip. So the little red pirate went to Polly the parrot and said, "Will you help me to steer the ship?" But Polly said,
Not I.
So he went to his first mate and said, "First mate, will you help me to steer the ship?" But the first mate said,
Not I.
oh. So the little red pirate went to his whole crew and said, "Will all of you help me to steer the ship?" But they all said,
Not
I.
oh goodness. So night and day and night, the captain tried to stay awake or to steer the ship. Okay. Oh, we're gonna do a little sailing together. So while I'm steering the ship, put your hands up over your head, make a sail. Can you do that? Very good. Here we go. Now rock side to side with me and we'll sing. We sail and we sail and we stop. Can you stop? We sail and we sail and we stop. Good job. We sail and 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 we stop. Okay, you can put the sails down. We'll drop the anchor again. We've made it to the island. Get the map out and follow it. Oh, to the treasure where X marks the spot. So now we need to dig for treasure. So the little red pirate went to Polly and said, Polly, will you help me to dig up the treasure? But Polly said,
Not I.
oh, so he went to his first mate and he said, first mate, will you help me to dig up the treasure? But the first mate said,
Not I.
so the little red pirate went to his crew, that's right, all of you, and said, will any of you help me to dig up the treasure? But they all said,
Not
I.
oh, goodness. So the pirate got his shovel out and he dug and he dug and he dug and he dug. Oh, goodness. Oh, until he pulled up the treasure. Oh, and he peeked inside. Oh, my goodness. Oh, so they got the treasure back to the ship. Now it's time to divvy up the treasure. I wonder who might want to help me to divvy up the treasure. So this time, when the little red pirate went to Polly and said, Polly, would you help me divvy up the treasure? This time, Polly said,
Aye, Captain.
oh. And this time, when the little red pirate had the treasure, and went to his first mate and said, first mate, will you help me to divvy up the treasure? The first mate said,
Yar, aye, Captain.
aha. And this time, when the little red pirate went to his crew, all of you, and asked if they wanted to help to divvy up the treasure, this time they all said, aye, aye, Captain. Can you guys say that with us? Aye, aye, Captain. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Aye,
Captain.
oh, yes. You all wanted, wanted some of this treasure. Wait a minute. You didn't help me to lift the anchor or to raise the sail. And you didn't help me to steer the ship or to dig for the treasure. So I think you can all walk the plank. Oh, but the little red pirate, he saw how much fun that Polly and the first mate and the crew were all having swimming in the little bay where they had parked the ship. So he decided to jump into the bay with them and go for a swim. When they all got out, the pirate did divvy up the treasure, and this time every one of the crew and Polly and the first mate decided they would help out. And from then on, they swabbed the deck and steered the ship and lifted and hoisted and helped to do all of the work. The end. So, that is the story of the little red pirate. Give yourself a round of applause. You were an excellent pirate crew. You guys were perfect. You did just what we needed to help. So we're going to get ready now for some science. Now, a really, really cool science exploration to share with us. It's all about boats and floating in the ocean and the sea. Oh, I have to dry myself off. Did you guys get wet in the bay?
No.
You're so lucky. That's the one thing we can't do from through Zoom is to squirt you like I'm sure you all wanted to. So if you want to splash some water on your face later, make sure you get that opportunity. So, okay. I think we're just about ready, getting set up to show you our really cool science exploration. So I'm going to turn it over to Sam.
Oh my goodness, I had to run in here to this science with all of you. I am so excited to see you all. Hi. I have a great science experiment today that you guys can do in your home with an adult person who can help you out, okay? So we're going to talk about density and things that float. And this is kind of weird. We're gonna make water float on water. Wait a second. So this is how we're gonna do it. We need really cold water. So I have a pitcher of really cold water, and I have a pitcher of really hot water. And this is definitely why you need an adult person, because this is very, very hot water. Greg, you may turn the camera around however you feel like.
What happened?
Really cold water, and I have some clear cups and some food coloring, and some pieces of like thick paper. These happen to be laminated, but index cards would work, anything like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my cold water and I'm gonna pour it into 2 cups. 1 cup, 2 cups of cold water. Then, oh, and I gotta make sure this one's all the way up to the top. All the way to the top, okay. Then I need 2 cups of hot water. Oh, this is really hot, I have it in.
She froze.
I have all that hot water and steam in there. Oh, look at that steam in there. That is some hot water. So we got hot water and hot water. Ooh, this is why I put a towel down underneath. A towel is really important in this experiment. Okay, so now I'm gonna make my hot water yellow. And I'm gonna make my cold water blue. We'll bring stirrers. Use a pen. Don't use a pen, use a spoon in the future. Water, oh, I wanna make that green. There we go, okay. So, just out of curiosity, what happens when we mix yellow and blue together?
Green.
Green, yes, when you mix yellow and blue, you get green. So if I poured the blue and the green, the yellow and the blue together, just poured them together into a bowl, they would turn green, right? Because the waters would mix, the hot water would mix with the cold water and it would make green. So we're gonna see, let's see, I have to do this super carefully. This is cold water. I'm gonna cover one of my cold waters. I'm gonna flip it and I'm gonna slide it on top of my hot water. Oh, and that's super hot, so make sure you wash your hands. This is why it's good to do with an adult. And then I'm gonna take one of my hot waters, I'm gonna flip it over. I'm gonna slide it on top of my cold water. Okay, so reminder, cold water on the bottom, hot water on the top, hot water on the bottom, cold water on the top. What do you think is gonna happen if I remove that paper from in between?
They're gonna mix.
They're gonna mix. All right, well, let's do this one and see if you're right, okay? I'm gonna make sure that's nice and even, okay. Whoosh. And I'm gonna pull it out fast. Oh, it's green. Sorry, it's a little dark. It's green. It mixed. Oh, look at that. Can kind of tell. All right. So what do you think is going to happen if I pull the card out from between these two?
It's gonna turn green.
It's going to turn green. Okay, let's find out. Oh, it turned a little green. Oh, it's mixing a little bit because I pulled it out too slow. But look at that. Do you see how it's only a little green on top, but it's light on the bottom? You do it really, really fast. I did it too slow. But if you do it really, really fast, it will stay yellow on top and the blue on the bottom, because this is all one temperature. This has actually stayed 2 different temperatures. You're floating the cold water or the hot water. Oh, that's hot. On top of the cold water. It's ice cold. Do you want to touch it, Brad? You want to see?
I'm a little scared.
It's touched it on the top.
Oh, wow.
It's really hot.
Wow, that's super hot. And that's super cold.
It's icy cold on the bottom. And what's that one?
Well, that's just kind of warm all over.
It's just kind of warm all over.
Yeah.
So the cool thing that happens is when you heat up water, when you make water cold, it all gets slow. Think about that, like ice. It's trying to become ice. It slows down and it stops moving. But hot water, you've put energy into it, so the water molecules are bouncing all over the place. So when hot water wants to rise to the top, it's bouncing, and the cold water kind of sinks to the bottom. So here, the hot water from the bottom ran to the top and mixed with all the cold water and disappeared. But here, the hot water's like bouncing on the top, and the cold water's like chilling on the bottom. And they don't mix with each other because they're cool where they are. So that's what happens in that experiment. And so if you can use food colors, you can use whichever ones you want and pull it really fast. I had pulled it too slow, but if you pull them really fast, it's really cool. And it's super easy to do with your adult. I highly recommend it. So there you go. Density with water. We floated water on water. Oh, Debra's going to talk about Agua Clara here. Yeah, she's going to be out there. She's going to sing a song with you. So we'll toss to Debra.
Hey, everybody. Well, we were just talking about water. And do you know the word for water in Spanish?
Agua.
Agua. Agua. That's this word right here. Agua. Agua Clara means clear water. So this is a little rhyme about clear water. It also has a boat in it, because you remember the pirates were on a boat. This is like a smaller boat where you row the boat with your own oars. So the word for boat, anybody know the word for boat in Spanish? One word is barco.
Barco.
Barco. Barco, that means boat in Spanish. So these words are, I'll tell them to you and then I'll show you what we're going to do. Agua Clara, which is clear water. Barco remos, we're going to row our boat. Dime tu nombre, tell me your name. Y cantaremos, and we'll sing it. So what we're going to do, I think we're going to, let's see, we're going to pat our knees. You can't really see me patting your knees. There you go. So we're going to pat our knees and go, Agua Clara, barco remos. Dime tu nombre y cantaremos. Hey, who's that? What's her name? Do you know? That's Joe.
Joe.
Joe the pirate. So we're gonna clap your name, Joe. We're gonna go, oh, Joe the pirate. And then we're gonna pat our knees. Joe the pirate. Joe the pirate. And then we'll do like a hooray with her name. Joe the pirate! Okay, so we're gonna pat our knees again and say, Agua Clara, clear water. Barco remos. We're gonna row our boat. Agua Clara, barco remos. Dime tu nombre y cantaremos. Who wants to tell me your name?
Brad.
Brad. How many claps in Brad? One big clap.
Big clap.
One big clap.
Short.
Brad. And we pat our knees. Brad. And then you remember. Yeah, good. You whisper. And then we go, so adults who are listening, this is a great way to help kids hear the little pieces of sound that words are made up of, which is a pre-reading skill. It's fun. So let's do one more. Agua Clara, barco remos, dime tu nombre y cantaremos. Now I'm not going to be able to get everybody's name. So what if we just say everybody? Okay? So we're going to do everybody.
Everybody. Okay.
Oh, wait. We could do that in Spanish, which is todo el mundo. Todo el mundo. Ooh, that's a lot. That's fine. Okay. Todo el mundo. And then pat your knees. Todo el mundo. And then wave your hand. I have to do everybody in English because I know you know that one.
Everybody. Everybody.
Very nice. And now I believe Joe's going to show us what is hidden behind our rhyme. That was really fun there, right? I like that. So we are going to draw together after our story time this book. So we have lots of different shapes here. We have swirly shapes, we have straight lines, we have triangles. So I'll give you time after we end story time so that you can gather up paper and markers and we can draw a boat together. All right, so stay tuned for that.
That's right, and that is about all the time we have for our story time today. So we'll get ready to sing our goodbye song together. If you guys can get your see you later alligators ready. All right. And don't forget, summer reading programs continuing on. Make sure if you have any questions, you contact us, okay? You guys all ready?
Ready.
Okay, here we go. See you later, alligator. When your legs are on a straighter. After a while, crocodile. When you're wearing a smile. It's been some